Back in Miami, 3 games down, 1 game to go. Trilogy 0-2, yes, that's right. They need to figure out a way to get a win, and they're gonna be taking on the Chicago Triplets. Both teams are acutely aware of the situation. Let's take a look at the standing. Parity across the big 3. No more undefeated teams. There is one team that doesn't have a win, and we're talking about them right now. DMV Trilogy, gotta get a win in the win column. Brian Scalabrine alongside Jimmy Jackson, and I'm a little shocked that they're undefeated, that they haven't won a game yet, but what do you expect from Steven Jackson to get these guys fired up?
Listen, but you win the game, now you're 1-2, so you're kind of right back in the mix. You drop to 0-3, it's kind of pretty much over. But also from the triplet standpoint, you go 2-1, now you're 16 with 2-1. So a lot on the line early season in this game, but you know, for DMV, they got to figure out a way to kind of finish these games. There's too much talent on this team.
Yeah, one guy that has to figure it out over the course of the entire game is Earl Clark, one of the best players in this league. He's got to score today.
Well, you remember last year was all about his versatility, defense, offense, being able to shoot the ball, but defend, offensive rebounds, all those things, except for 21, not shooting as efficient, especially last week, as we've seen in the past. And I think Frank Nitti has to be a factor. Dante Green, we know he can score the ball. So it's not for lack of talent with this DMV team, but that's not the question. But cohesiveness, I think, is something that this team is probably missing early in the season.
And we'll see if Dante Green makes a difference. To me, I think it's shot profile. They shoot way too many jumpers. They got to get inside. Chris Allen, great spark in the second half for the Triplets.
Well, you see the 14 points last week against Houston, but you know, I got a chance to cover Chris Allen when he was at Michigan State. Athletic at the time, could shoot the ball, and like anybody else, being able to find his shot.
Let's send it over to Chris Haynes and Jason Richardson.
Well, Jay, before I get to this game, first I want to say congratulations on your son being drafted. What was that moment like for you?
It was a surreal moment to see my son accomplish something he's been dreaming of since he was a little kid. And not only get drafted, he go to a team that I once played for too. So it still doesn't seem real, but he's blessed and we're honored that he got a chance to be drafted in the NBA.
All right, tell me about this team right here, how you prepare for them. They got a new addition in Dante Green. Things are getting serious right now.
They're a dangerous team. They got their backs to the wall. They need a win today. We got to stay focused and hopefully we get the win.
Thank you, Jay Rich.
No Dr. J, but Nick's there. And one guy we should mention is MONTREZL HARRELL. I think he is a big problem in this league. Like when they go inside to Harrell, good luck trying to stop him. Take a look at the roster. You see the DMV Clark, Isaiah Austin, Mike Taylor, Dante Green, and Frank Nitti on the other side. Steven Jackson's a coach. Harold Richardson, Amir Johnson, Chris Allen. And we're going to see what Steven Jackson can do. He's one of the best motivators in this league to get these guys to figure out how they're going to get a win.
It's a good matchup too. NASIR Cole and Franklin Session. They play differently. Cole is a more physical point guard. Nitti wants to kind of play with you and get around, so just keep an eye on kind of on that matchup as well.
Here's Cora, start. Richardson on that Iverson cut. And back. Oh, Cora downhill.
Just shot it.
Yeah, Harold's saying the same thing. I'm just working for rebound position.
I mean, one more dribble, Cole is at the rim with his left hand. But that's why you always say you drive to the basket anticipating that you want to score. And then if you have to make a change at the last minute, you can.
For rebounds, Richardson. Been working out with a lot of young fellows out in LA, I heard. He's showing them how to make it happen. Here's Harold for 3. Oh, yeah. He has shown so much versatility.
Kind of like what we've seen with Dwight Howard, right? You get in this league, and now all those years you've been telling your coaches and management that you can do more and not be boxed in, but able to stretch out the defense there, knocking in that 3.
Richardson runs it down. That's off. Core with the tough rebound. Looking inside, it's a mismatch. Harold, easy bucket. That's a big problem in this league. He's probably the best post-up scorer we have.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's hard too with matching his energy. You know, we saw with Houston in the game prior, a constant motor. So when you relax, Montrez is still going. And you see this here, and this is just the offensive side. Smaller opponent, you go quickly now, the double team can't come, or Sessions can't strip down at the ball when you go quickly.
Sessions. That's 2 points. It's a great matchup. Core Sessions matchup. It's a great matchup. Oh, Dante Green playing the defense. Richardson gets it back. 59 Core. All right, Harrell's low clock. He's beating on that 4-point line. Rises up for 3. Oh, nothing. He wants to foul. Trying to work the officials. I think we're going to see the best version of Trilogy today. They're going to try to get more shots at the rim. Here's Clark inside. Oh, nice. Oh, good block.
Good defense.
Over to Harrell. Those blocks, they're killers for your team.
Killers. Now, we saw in the last game with the Amps, 5 times either turned it over and close to the basket where, you know, you give up points. And you saw it right there, you talk about the blocks.
There's a block out of Richardson, gives it up.
Quick play, Montrez able to finish it with authority inside.
Richardson playing tough defense. He's another guy that needs to be aggressive. Puts Core in jail. Green goes up, finishes strong.
Like it. Good patience that time by Sessions to turn the corner.
And so much of the big 3 is playing your pace. That's why it's different than 5-on-5.
Big time. And you got to understand, you got to be in shape because you got more of the real estate to cover.
Oh, a lot more.
That backside defense on the rotation it's not there because you don't have 2 other players on the court.
No question. Yeah, defense is a lot harder, and offense you got to kind of slow down a little bit more. Here's Nitty, spin move, layup, no good. Rebound Richardson. Here's Core. Gets the screen. Comes off. Up, mismatch ready to happen. Harrell.
Oh, good switch there.
Oh, good block.
Switch.
Low clock, figures it out. Man, he is a problem.
I tell you what, Sessions quickly told Green to come over, but it was the extra effort by Montrez to stay with it right there. Just stayed with it. You know, it's interesting too, you talk about pace, right? And in the big 3 and how you want to play. It's the guys that understand it benefit the most from it. And their teams also are the recipients of some really outstanding scoring, but also playmaking off the guys that know how to play at their own pace.
Harrell's got all 9 of the Triplets points, and you're so right. And the guy who exemplifies that the most is Joe Johnson. You can't speed him up at all, and he'll get you a shot or himself a shot anytime. Session, big 3. That's huge for Trilogy.
Well, I tell you what, if Franklin Session is knocking down that shot on a consistent basis, it opens up so much more for this Trilogy team because you can't lay off of them at that point and kind of play back and be a secondary defender. Good defense that time by Sessions.
There's Clark. Oh, just lost a handle. See, my whole thing with this team is like Clark needs to get to the rim. We know that he could shoot the pull-up, but he's a problem when he gets downhill, and you have to attack the rim. And here's Harrell. Oh, missed it. Gets it back, though. Inside against Clark. And that's probably against the big 3s, historically, the best defender in the big 3.
Coming out ready to play.
Working on that 3 ball.
I think, but for years, though, you think about it, when you played against Franklin Session, you went underneath the pick and roll. If he was going to play with it out on the perimeter, you backed up, force him to come to you, and I think he's really understanding the value of being able to really knock it in and knock it in consistently, Brian.
Oh my goodness! Man, that's a reset to a crossover to a spin. Man, he's got 13 straight. This got to be some Big 3 record. 13 straight points for Montrezl Harrell. Dancing, doing his thing. That's the boogeyman right there. There he is going up. He is a true problem for the Big 3. We'll be back right after this.
You know, Montrezl, we always relate his hard-working motor, defense, rebounding in the league, but now he's showing us the offensive side. A little bit more freedom to operate, a little more opportunity to display kind of the footwork, the scoring prowess. And right now, on a man on a mission, 13 points, all of them.
And we'll send it over to Chris for more on Montrezl.
Yeah, Montrezl is a guy who I've covered through his NBA career and now here with the Big 3. He's animated, he's emotional. He just received a warning from the officials. They're saying that he's verbally attacking them too much. And so Montrezl told him right now, he said, listen, I'm going to try to tone it down, but give me some leeway to be myself. That's just how passionate I am. So we'll see how that plays out.
All right, here's Core up top. Mike Taylor, Garden, Core, gets on the board. Taylor, he's got Harold on him, looking post up. Austin, 2 feet in the paint, gets the catch. Goes right up with it. That's good defense, but tough offense.
It's good being tall, bro.
Yeah, actually, Core couldn't do anything different.
Anything different.
Allen, hero of the second half. He is tough. Look at that finish. Taylor. Sessions on that four spot. Getting to that right hand. Yeah, right now Core working really hard to keep Austin away from the rim.
Well, right here on the road, he wraps him up, understanding where Isaiah Austin wanted to get to, middle of the paint to seal him inside.
Austin, he can do this for 3. Allen with the rebound. He's also a bucket getter. There's that behind the back. Gets contact. Kicks it out. Core for 3. Extra. Harold downhill. Extra pass again. Corner 3. No good. Core rebounds the ball over Austin. He's going baseline. Kicks it out. Allen counters.
Surprised he didn't shoot that.
I'm surprised too. A lot of ball movement. And led to a push-off, but I don't know, if you're a coach, you gotta be happy with that ball movement, right?
Yeah, but Allen too, you're sacrificing a really good shot for a contested shot that ultimately becomes an offensive foul. Chris can shoot that.
Yeah, he showed it the other day. Yeah. He was hot from 3. All right, here's Sessions. In that pick and roll. Austin gets Harold. Goes left, rises up, soft touch. I like Isaiah Austin. All right, here's Harold. Hasn't been subbed out yet. Oh, a crossover. Austin, a lot of arm, but they don't call a foul. That's a tough one for Montrezl Harrell, but Mike Taylor finishes it off.
Back to your point, block shot.
Yup. Those hit. Those
inside.
Those hurt. Here's Core. Likes that midi. He's short with it. Nice little run here by DMV. Picking up their defense.
And this is without Earl Clark and also Dante Green. This unit right here has kind of found something.
Here's Taylor for three. Oh, in and out. Allen clears it. Allen, pick and roll, kicks it out. Probably should have shot that one too. Here's Core, saves them with the pull-up.
Core able to bail him out that time. Shot clock winding down, no problem. Core didn't panic. Got to that one dribble pull-up.
19-16. Austin with the step back, front rim. Allen gets it. He clears it quickly. Passes up. Harrell back to Allen. Allen turned the corner. Harrell, sure hands. Tough inside. That's
a very good two-man game. As an end result, little body. And then Harrell able to really power that one through.
Here's Harrell. Got that hip shift. Downhill. Oh, he missed it. Couldn't believe it. Taylor, corner three. Oh, what an answer. This game has found its rhythm as well.
It has. You know, it's interesting. The first game, the offense kind of got off to a quick start as we bled into the afternoon. Not so much in here. Teams had to find their rhythm. And speaking of which,
good rebound by Allen, out to Core. No good. Austin over to Taylor. He hit 2 threes already. Nitty going left. Tries to spin back. He does. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. One shot for 2 points. Every team has found their offensive sea legs. Oh, we're bringing it fire. Coach Nick said, nah, man, you're going to have to earn this one. And it's time to bring the fire, brought to you by Red Lobster.
Nitty crossover pull-up.
Time to bring the fire, brought to you by Red Lobster.
Crossover pull-up.
All right, let's see it. Nitty squares him. Crossover. Oh, tried to get contact. Goes inside. Yeah, you what? He probably should have shot the shot. Should have listened to my man JJ over here.
Crossover pull-up. I mean, the deeper he got, the less advantage he had over Chris Allen, and he had it on the 2 dribble pull-up.
He did. When he snapped that left to right, he could have.
He could just stop right there and pulled up. Again, you got to be really decisive when you're talking about one-on-one here when you bring the fire. If you're in between advantage defensive play.
No question. Here's Taylor. He rises up.
Sure. Oh,
he got it. I thought that the same way. Yeah. He pushed it and clipped the thing right in there.
And how about Dante Green taking a seat? He said, Steven Jackson said, you know what, let me roll with a portion of this crew right now, the 2 out of the 3 that kind of got us back in this game and ultimately in the lead right now.
All right, here's Taylor. A lot of physicality. They got Allen with the foul. But give Trilogy a ton of credit for getting back into this game.
Ball started to move a little bit more. Defense got some stops. And again, this was with Dante Green and Earl Clark, both on the bench.
Clark inside against Core. Taylor out to Austin. He can shoot the 3. That's off. Core. Good box out.
Good box out. And how long, too, you got NASIR Core guarding Earl Clark. Now, you got a little mismatch on the other end, too, but I wouldn't say it's a mismatch because of the defensive ability of Clark to guard on the perimeter.
That's a foul on Trilogy, but that doesn't hurt him. Only 2 team fouls so far. Triplets, they got 5. Not Core. That's a pretty good move right there. And you know what? The first 3 possessions, he was playing fast. On that pick and roll, he slowed down. Now he's going back to that pace game. can't just play fast in this league.
Nope.
You got to have rhythm. Got to put guys in jail behind you.
Well, it's just ironic, too. You look at the NBA, 3 of the top 10 players play at their own pace with Luka, with Jokic. Who am I missing out there?
Well, SGA is the same
and
way.
SGA, okay?
Yeah.
But then on the back half of that, you got Jalen Brunson, top 15 player, that does the same thing, that you can't speed them up.
No. Another 3 for Austin. He's pulling that thing all over the place. Another good block out. Boxed out by NASIR core. Again, the foul doesn't hurt Trilogy. That's their 3rd.
Yeah, and you can't underestimate those 2 box-out possessions that time by Core, because those could have easily been Clark over the top, 4 points, and we had already been at half. Okay.
There's Allen. Nice mismatch. As he pull. It only takes 1 for Chris Allen to get it going. He ended the half last week on a shot like that, and he went off in the second half.
And it could be something more to come offensively for the Triplets in that first half. Listen, they had commanded the game early. It was Trilogy making a run, but like you said, it was Chris Allen putting the cap on this first half, saying enough is enough. Let's take this lead to halftime.
A lot of Harrell early on. He scored the first 13 points. Different guys came in and they stepped up. All right, let's send it over to Chris with MONTREZL.
Trez, excellent first half so far, man, but the job isn't done. What is it going to take the rest of the way?
We got to hustle on the loose balls, and we definitely got to make sure that we limit them to 1 shot. They're hitting some threes right now, so we got to make them a little bit more uncomfortable, more like they're walking into it. Warm-up shot, so make it a little bit more difficult for them.
I see you and the refs are having some spirited conversations. What are those conversations like?
I mean, I'm just letting them know, man, I'm an animated player. I put a lot of energy, a lot of passion for the game, man, so don't take that to heart and, take me up. It's more so about the language, so that's on my part. I just got to tone it down a little bit, but it is what it is.
Appreciate you, Trez. Good luck the second half.
Thanks, Chris. Well, Triplets 25-22. Will DMV respond and avoid going down 0-3? MONTREZL, he started on a tear. 13 straight points for Triplets. Second half coming up next. That's Hot Boy. And of course, thank you to the 305. And also, thank you to the man, Ice Cube. Brian Scalabrine, Jimmy Jackson here. I mean, I don't know where to go with this game. I mean, you had the MONTREZL start. You had the response from Trilogy. What do you expect in the second half?
The last 3 games have kind of been like that, where team has started off kind of slow. What his rhythm and offensive flow was going to be. Okay, you give up the 3, he knocked it in, you're not going to panic, but this is where he was doing his damage, was in the paint. He loved that left-hand side of the court, got to the post, excellent footwork right there, little shimmy, little dance, and this time picking up the loose change and putting Isaiah Austin right in the rim with that one. Not sure if we've seen another 13 in a row, but that's not going to thwart his effort of being ultra-aggressive on the offensive end.
The only thing I would say is, like, not a lot of post players have a bag. MONTREZL has a bag in the post. All right, here's Clark. He's trying to get started inside there. Just off the mark. Core gets it, clears it. Harrell sets the screen. Wide open. Ooh, in and out. Clark with the rebound. Clark looking to be aggressive. Goes with the pull-up once again. That's off. Jason Richardson really hasn't found his shooting this year in the Big 3.
No.
He does a lot of little things. Harrell says, hey, I got this. There's a crossover to the elevation. I'm telling you, to me, it's pure entertainment. It's pure entertainment watching him do work.
Well, he got to that left side of the court again, okay? That's his comfort area. On the left side, that time, a little crossover. Dante Green picked up the foul. But when you got it going, the ball feels like it's an extension of your hand. Your handle is tighter. The shot feels better.
I know one thing. If I was playing pickup and I was guarding him, I'd be like, switch. Here's Sessions looking for that three, but he's turning the corner. Green, no good. Harrell, rebound.
Hey, I was going to say, forget the pickup. You see that in the league, they'll switch real quick.
No question. I'm telling you, this boogeyman is the problem.
Montrez playing with the dribble here. A little hesitation, gets by Clark, and then showing off the soft touch over the top. And Clark frustrated right there. And it's like,
yeah. There's nothing you can do to stop him.
There's no answer right now. Sometimes, bro, it's really not. When you have a guy that has a bag but has figured out how to get to a spot. And again, you're not going to be able to supply a lot of help in 3-on-3 because you're going to give up something really quickly.
Yeah, and folks, we got counters upon counters. All right, here's Core. They keep going underneath that screen, daring him to shoot. And it keeps working out. Green, he clears that line. That's off. Core with the rebound. Over to Jason Richardson. Looking to get downhill, looking to attack. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Earl Clark. High glass. Money.
You know what I was going to say early in the first half, too, is that with 3-on-3, your one-on-one defense is so important. Because if you're able to lock up your opponent where you don't have to command and ask for help, or you get caught in rotations, now the better you're situated to get stops. But when you're giving up stuff like dribble penetration, now you're in rotation, guess what? You're Steven Jackson calling the timeout right now, down 10 because of that.
Man, Harrell is a problem for this league. Hey, we got to send it down to Chris because he's got more on Montrezl Harrell.
Guys, it's something I've observed. Montrezl Harrell in that first half was wearing the Jordan 1s. You don't see that too often. You don't see players playing in Jordan 1s. Now the second half, he has the Jordan 13s on. So, Scal, Jimmy, from your experience, the Jordan 1s, did y'all ever play in those? Were those comfortable to play in?
Hell no. No.
Maybe that's why he changed shoes.
I mean, they flat, they look good, though.
But he did the same thing last week. He started out in the 1s and switched over to those. Same exact thing last week.
Hey, Chris, I got a question for you. Now, you've seen this in this league with Montrezl Harrell and also Dwight Howard, how they've now been able to kind of expand their game.
Yeah.
You watch both of them play in the league. Did you see kind of what you're seeing now, that they had the potential to do this during their playing time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Montrezl Harrell, I mean, he's like, that's what he was. He's the former sixth man of the year in the NBA. He's ferocious down there in the post. We've seen that with Dwight. His game is taking a minute. This week 3 for Dwight Howard, this was his best week so far with the Big 3. So I expect him to still find his foot moving forward.
I think Montrezl Harrell, rec league, Big 3, any league, he gonna figure it out.
Well, and don't get me wrong, you see Montrezl be really effective in the league, but his ability now to go one-on-one and shoot the 3 and do all of that, he didn't have that freedom on a consistent level unless he was hot in the game.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the point I'm talking about. And speaking of which, beautiful crossover by Core to get up underneath Dante Green. That's what I mean. You know, the freedom here is a little bit different than when you're regulated to kind of play in a particular role when he was in the league.
Yeah. I mean, when he was sixth man of the year, he could come in and he was a problem in the NBA.
But that year too, though, it was based off energy. It's not like they were running plays for Montrezl to
I know what you're saying. He was catching and finishing on a pick and roll, offensive rebound.
Lobs coming in,
you're right,
you know what I mean?
You're talking about getting into his bag, which we're seeing him right now.
Exactly.
I mean, he is deep in that bag.
He is deep in it. And not to say he didn't do it at times in the league when he got it going.
Of course.
But they're going right to him and saying, go get us a bucket or 5.
Like, there is no answer for this. Earl, so just if you guys don't know,
right?
To me, Earl Clark
the table.
is the best defensive player we've had. He has size, he has versatility, he can meet you at the rim, he's strong, he's quick. I mean, and Montrezl Harrell is just going to work, going to work. Now he's got to make these free throws. And you know what's great about the Big Three is it's another one. This is week 3. I can make an argument for 4 teams that can win it all.
Yes, and especially how Power looked today.
There you go. Actually 5. I'll throw them into that.
I think this how Power looked today with Millsap, Glenn Rice Jr. Maybe that 15 gets thrown in there.
Yeah, I can make a good argument. 5 out of the 8 teams are
legitimate.
Champion. Oh, we're going to bring Coach Nick says he's going to bring the fire. And it's time to bring the fire. And that's brought to you by Red Lobster. He's going to challenge Jason Richardson. I think Hezzy pull. I got Hezzy pull.
You see his right leg?
Yep.
His first is up. Okay, he switched. I always look at that. That means he's going the opposite way if that front leg is up. See, left leg was up, he went right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Left leg is up, he went right.
And he started to the right a little bit, got Jason Richardson to shift, and then came back over to the right. You called it.
Yeah. Because it's a lot easier to explode with that back leg going than it is with that front leg as an offensive player. And that time you can see, that's how, from a defensive perspective, you got to know that. You see, Jason tries to jump on that and force him to his left, but Earl was able to get around.
Right here, Jason Richardson in the post, trying to get something going here. Oh, that's a deep back down. The kick out, Core for 4. Good hustle. Attacking downhill, keeps his composure. Oh, I'm not sure he did. You saw it travel too?
No, I knew that's what the official was going to call.
Oh, you watch it on the replay.
Yeah. Let's see if he slides. Okay, he jumps into it. He establishes a pivot right there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
there.
you're right.
He drug it.
All right, 34-26. Triplets in control. Most of it has to do with Montrezl Harrell doing work. Here's Nitty. Had a good first half. Made some threes. Looking to be aggressive. Good defense by Jason Richardson. And he got caught in the air.
Everything was good by Jay Rich until right here. Once he left his feet, that was the advantage to Sessions.
4 fouls on Jason Richardson. He cashed in. It's a foul count right now. Just 2 fouls in the second half. 1 foul for Trilogy. Triplets need a bucket. You know where I'm going. That's number 5. That's triple team. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Mama said there's going to be days like this, man. And it certainly is for all of DMV right now. I don't care who's there.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's a bad man right there. All right, here's Nitty trying to get back. Gets to his right hand, really good at that. And that's going to be another foul. Nitty's down on the ground.
Let's go back to Montrezl. Look, you got 2 players around. That's Earl Clark. That's around him. Mike Taylor's around him. Loses the ball. Remember I said the ball has energy, just finds that. And that's Harrell right there. Scoop.
All right, here's Taylor. Pull up with that right. That's what he does.
And you know, and DMV is still right there. As much as we talked about
there,
Chicago,
6 points.
it's a two possession game.
For sure. All right, here's Allen. The guy on his hip. Oh, he got caught. Out to Core. Core attacking. Downhill.
Good defense.
No shot clock reset. It's going to be white ball, but only 1.3 on the shot clock.
No reset. It wasn't a possession, so.
Yeah, it never hit the rim. A little confusion right now on Triplets. Let's keep going farther and farther away.
Yeah. Oh, no. No.
It's good pressure.
Yep.
Good pressure by Trilogy. All right, this is a sneaky big possession for Trilogy. Get a bucket right here. And Triplets are only 1 point away from, getting that timeout, that third quarter timeout.
And let's keep our eye on the foul situation too, as you see Mike get there. You called it. You called it. Because now, if you're Triplets, you got to look at this. It's 4 fouls that Trilogy has. 2 more, you get in the penalty. Okay, we know what that means down the line. But Evans right there says, "Who needs that? I got a 3 ball."
Or good defense by Trilogy. Trilogy keeps on fighting. Taylor comes off the screen. They like this matchup with Allen. Taylor going right. Nitty. Right above the rim. All momentum with Trilogy right now.
I'm telling you, the tides, the momentum shifts. We've seen that outside of that blowout with Miami and Ball Hogs.
It's a 12-2 run for Trilogy.
Yeah.
You know what? That shot's off. Allen clears. Had the big shot to end the half. He's getting in his bag right now, going left. Turns the corner. A beast on the baseline. Good deep by Taylor.
Great D.
Again. Good defense, Mike Taylor.
It's amazing when you start making some shots. Usually sometimes your defense can spur your offense to have some more energy, but the offense has given some life to DMV's defense.
And we got a timeout. Trilogy fighting back.
Ball swings, shot is up. Earl Clark, go get it. MONTREZL that time got caught ball watching, and Earl Clark made him pay.
All right, 36-35. All right, there's a reason why Trilogy's playing inspiration basketball. They're 0-2. And obviously in the BIG3, going down 0-3, you could dig yourself out of that problem, but it's not easy. Just room for error goes away.
Well, you think about, listen, you can win this game, you're 1-2. Of those 2-1 teams, the following week they can end up 2-2. And so you can win 2 in a row and you're back in it at 2-2.
No question.
So we know how important weeks 3 and 4 are to make a separation, but if no one makes a separation, you're able to kind of climb back in, then you're always in, which makes for interesting. So you go down to start to get down to the last few weeks and you got a bunch of teams that are tied up. Before, if you didn't have a chance to make the playoffs, you've just done playing.
Yep.
That won't be the case if you got 5, 6, 7 teams that are still in the hunt.
There's Taylor going to that right hand again. Taylor has been a nice response in this game. And that's going to get us to our third quarter break. The first lead since it was 22-21. Trilogy fighting back all the way up to go 37-36 on that man right there, Mike Taylor. DMV looking for that first win when we get back. Hustling, hustling. It's a 305 Rick Ross.
Payback music, baby.
Let's take a look at today's monster moment fueled by Racetrack.
Listen, sometimes you got to leave no doubt on the table. You're bigger, you're stronger, not go get it blocked. How you do that? Just go over and put your opponent in the rim, and that's MONTREZL right here. Isaiah Austin.
I mean, you gotta tell me. So right now, Trilogy's on this run.
Yeah.
MONTREZL did not get the ball one time.
And I kind of went away from that. You see the star players of today, Michael Beasley putting up numbers. How about Dwight Howard? Feeling more and more comfortable with the play here. But I think Nick Young using him in different ways and not just posting setting up has a lot to do with that success. And, of course, Paul Millsap getting it done for Dallas Power.
But isn't it like the guard's responsibility to get this guy the ball?
Yep.
That's a big shot by Core.
It is. Coming out the timeout, too, to kind of take some momentum away from what Trilogy was able to muster up the last 4 or 5 minutes.
All right, here's Clark. He rises up. And Richardson all over the glass.
Nice cut.
Richardson on the cut. Oh, he misses it.
Yeah, but that's good defense by Clark to rotate over to take it away.
Oh, we got a pile up. Oh, yeah. You don't see that. That's more than half the guys on the floor. Well, actually, on the floor.
I think it shows you how important this game is, too, Brian, that all these possessions count. And if you're giving it up, that means there's one less possession you got a chance to shoot and one more for your opponent.
No jump ball in the big three, so
Possession.
triplets. All right, so triplets keep the ball, so it's .4. You know what he's got to do. He's got to shoot it.
Man, and .4 is enough to get
a
shot off.
That's not going to count. Nope.
Took too long to catch it. That pass got to be perfect so you can just catch it and throw it up.
All right, let's see it right here. How long before they bring back Harrell? He's been dominant. Steven Jackson going to small lineup. There's Mike Taylor, he misses. The big miss. Oh, good block by Sessions. Core gets it, and he clears it. And he goes up strong, and he'll get 2 out of it.
Neither team able to capitalize off the block shot, but it was Core. He's kind of staying with it. Cleared it. Instead of giving it up, attacked right back. Got himself to the line.
Missed free throw. Core gets it back, takes his time, little step back, in and out. Oh, Richardson, 8th rebound. And it's gonna be white ball. And Jason Richardson's not making shots,
but he's doing other stuff, right?
He is doing other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you figured out ways to impact the game. Again, this is not going to show up in the stat book, but it gives another possession to the triplets.
Core gets it back. Inside Johnson.
Possession again. I mean, that's true that he's taken away by coming over, not just laying and staying put defensively. Watch the hustle here. Franklin Session over the top, able to get another key block. You saved your team 4 points by doing that.
Yeah, those are big.
Big, man.
Yeah, anytime you turn it over, get your shot blocked, anything like that, like you take those away. Those are huge. Yeah, Harold's still on the bench.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would take. Well, I'll tell you what. If he's out there, you got to use him. He went about 10 minutes not getting a touch.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you know, they're still up 1.
Yeah,
so,
good point.
You know, maybe Steve Nicks is like, let me give him as much rest as I can, knowing we're going to need him. And have a great defensive possession that time by Mike Taylor.
Oh, that's got to be red ball, right? They call him. All right, white ball. All right, here's Core. Pulls up again. In and out. Oh, Richardson all over that glass. That's number 10.
You called it. Little things, man. And maybe no bigger basket than that one right there to kind of give a little breathing room. Still a 1-possession game for the triplets.
Here's Clark. Pulls up. In and out. Rebound Core. It's an important part of the game for Trilogy.
Harold Allen are at the bench. Core dragged his foot a little bit there.
Ooh, Amir not getting his hand on the ball. Nitty. Mike Taylor for three. Oh, yes. Holding that follow through.
And Coach Steve Mix, who's taking the place of Dr. J, is trying to hold off to a dead ball situation so he can sub MONTREZL Harrell and also Chris Allen back in the game.
Here's Core for three. No good.
There it is.
There's that dead ball. All right, this will be interesting. Steven Jackson has rode these guys almost the entire second half. He pretty much said, like, Dante Green and Austin, you guys aren't playing in this game. He got back into the game, but you're bringing in a fresh body in MONTREZL Harrell and Allen. See the adjustments that these coaches make.
Well, you got to keep in mind, too, when Trilogy made that run, he rolled with Mike Evans, and it was Isaiah Austin that was in the lineup when you had Dante Green and Earl Clark on the bench. So you kind of ride the feeling of what the current three players are doing. And again, keep in mind, Steve Mix did the same thing with the Triplets, where he didn't take the time out. He kept MONTREZL Harrell on the bench because they had figured it out.
All right, Mike Taylor has really saved these guys this week.
Well, he figured it out. First half, he probably didn't have the same impact from a scoring perspective, but in the second half, 10 of his 18 points have come at a critical time when DMV had to make a run. He's done it on the offensive end. You see him clearing the shot and late to the party as Allen gave up that three. And here, once again, too much room. Jason Richardson didn't want to commit it. Mike Taylor made him pay. So coming from different aspects, we talk about how important Earl Clark needed to be with Mike Evans. Mike Taylor has done a fantastic job, and there's that air ball giving up a shot.
Man, that time Core took advantage of that. I think Steven Jackson just called the timeout for these guys to get their rest. Taylor turns the corner. It's going to be white ball. Oh no, back to Trilogy. All right, here's Nitty. Right, spin move, goes up, soft touch.
Session that time able to get to his spot, but he was patient. He kind of waited a little bit, then he used that left shoulder and create some space and able to knock this thing back up at 42.
Allen. Oh, a lot of contact. Yeah, there's a foul.
Late call, but better late than never.
Oh, Jackson with a smile. He's going to bring that fire.
He smiled at a smirk.
And he said, no way. He's banking on the Defensive Player of the Year. It's time to bring the fire. Brought to you by Red Lobster. Tough to score on Earl Clark.
Red Lobsters bring the fire.
This is huge because fifth foul. Here's Allen taking his time.
Trying to clear some space. That's all he's trying to do.
Oh, no. It is. You can't mess around with Earl Clark.
This was making some special, giving space to Chris Allen. Just enough that when the shot is up, I can recover, and he blocked it with the right hand.
Session. Here's Clark. 4 on the clock. He's got to go. Fade away. Block. Gave it back to him.
No, that's a late
That's
call.
a layup. That's a late
shot
clock.
No, you can't call a shot clock. MONTREZL had the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
That's a basket.
That's a bucket.
He already had the ball in his hand.
Oh, that's a bad call.
He has the ball right there in his hand.
That should have been reset. There's about 0.3 on the clock. That's a tough one right there. All right. Wow. Harold. Looking. Goes forward. Oh, back. Jump hook. Good defense by Clark. Session, some threes earlier. Didn't want to pull, short with it. Allen clears it, over to Core. Harrell telling him to go to work. Gets contact, good defense by Taylor. Low clock, he's got to go, Core.
Let's bookmark that possession for the Triplets. That if it happens to go in Trilogy's favor, that possession when they didn't get that basket, you know, could mean could mean something.
I agree. Here's Allen. The counter. Harrell's looking to get other people involved. Oh, big shot by Core.
There's a reason why, right? He gave it to Core.
Maybe he's just pacing himself for the last. Hey, we're only 5 points away. All right, let's see it. Session. Gets the screen, comes off left. Clark pops. Contact, spin, elevates, and
this Earl Clark is too good not to be impactful on the offensive end. You want him to put it on the deck to attack, he can do that. If you want him to catch and shoot off the three, he can do that. And that time, being able to feel his opponent, big time basket, now this free throw, tied his game up.
And you're right. Like a guy of Earl Clark's stature should have more than 6 points.
But you know, I think Earl's whole career, he hasn't been a heavy volume shooter. He's been so talented that it's not like he goes and hunts for his shots.
Yeah, I know, but in the league, in this league,
I know,
in this league, when you're that good and you play that many minutes.
But Brian, if that's your personality,
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Now we may see it in spurts.
I love how the players with their shoes cleaning, but the ball boys with the power, they got the mop,
hey, man,
and they ain't doing nothing.
Man, my man ready to. It's Sunday. You know, Sunday for locals is when they go out on Sundays. You know that, right? It ain't Friday and Saturday.
Right.
It's Sunday. You're like, man, I'm conserving my energy for the
I'm not liking the effort.
Later,
I'm not liking the effort of the power. I mean, I know the power mop works. I got a power mop in my facility. Right. Look, that's what I'm talking about. You know who's doing that work right there? That's MONTREZL. That's the effort I need right there. He said, give me that thing.
Look, now watch this. On the backside, look.
Telling you. So not only does he started this game and he did work, but he can also sweep those floors. He had the intensity that you needed. It's a big free throw right here for Earl Clark.
It is, man.
Needs to knock this thing up. Remember, talked about it again, Trilogy, it's 0-2. Tough to go and make anything. If you go down 0-3 in the Big 3 in an 8-game season, Triplets are going to talk this thing over. Scores knotted up at 45. And I keep going back to it. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to get the ball to MONTREZL on the left-hand side to do work.
It shouldn't, but he hasn't been as aggressive since he's re-entered the game. Now, he did make that nice pass to Core for a 3, but we haven't seen the same assertiveness that we saw early. And I don't know what that is. And maybe this is the play now where you get him back involved in these next few possessions. Because he's proven that he was unstoppable, you know, in that first half, parts of the second.
Yeah, get him on the move, you know, get something. And for DMV, I mean, I will say this, just in general, the momentum has been in their favor since they got down by 10 in the second half.
I tell you what, but sneaky quiet, NASIR Core has hit some shots.
Yeah, no
sneaky quiet, he really has had an impact in some key moments here for the Triplets.
All right, let's see what they get here. Harrell's on the right-hand side.
He's coming over. He's coming over. It's coming over.
There he is, right there. He is absolute problem.
How simple was that play? You remember those plays used to be run all the time in the NBA?
Yeah. And here they can't be because there's no extra guys.
There's no extra guy.
You can't pump a guy because there's no help.
Yeah.
Good play coming out.
Great play. That's old school basketball right there.
Yeah, 47-45. Taylor, man of the hour in the second half. Good defense.
Great defense.
Oh, yeah. Allen goes up. Oh, a lot of English. No go.
But that's foul number 6.
It is. Good call by you.
So now you make the free throw, you retain possession with an opportunity for the Triplets to close it out and get to 2-1 and join 4 other teams that are currently at 2-1.
Yeah, this is a big free throw.
Big free throw.
Sparty pushed it.
Sparty pushed it.
All right, Session. Clark on the pop. That's rise up 3. Oh, he's back. Talk about those 6 points. That's 9 points. And Trilogy a bucket away from getting in the win column. Here's Core. A 3 will win it. Core downhill. Oh, he blew it. Allen. Harrell. Elevates. No good. Clark. Get to his spot. Taylor comes up with it. No good. Rebound Harrell. Out to Allen. Allen blocked by Clark. No Session. He didn't want it. Didn't want it. It's crazy out there, Mike. Blocked again. Oh, go big strong. And we got a foul. We got a foul.
A lot of activity on these last couple possessions here.
Look at Steven Jackson. Like, how many opportunities are we going to blow?
Now that time Sessions loses it, but he hustles back. He doesn't drop his head, but then talk about hustle throughout his career. That's what Harrell was known for, able to get that recovery. He's missed some free throws, though.
Yeah, you're right about Harrell. He just got a knack for the ball no matter what. On the glass, on the floor, he's finding that basketball. All right, so Triplets makes this. It'll be 49-48, and they'll get the ball back. Big free throw. Ball's wet. Look at Steven Jackson's like taking his time. He's like, I want this thing to be perfect.
Harrell trying to buy some time, get his mind right. Like I said, he's missed some free throws. You want to be the man? You want the ball in your hands, late game situations. You got to be able to come to the free throw line under the pressure. Gain the trust of your teammates.
All right, here it is. Taking his time for the lead. He knew it. He knew it.
Easy work.
All right. That's the hardest bucket of the day. He got a game high 26, but he's 2 points away from sealing the deal. Here's Core. Nothing going. Good defense by Green. 4 on the clock. Core, step back. It's up. Got him. Oh! Game! This is what he does! Triplets come away with the big win on the big shot by NASIR Core. MONTREZL Harrell game high 26. Core comes up big. And we'll be back with more to wrap this game up. And there it is again. The step back, the bucket, and the triplets in full effect.